You wonder, does she still think boys are icky? You wonder, what's up with his hair? You wonder, does he really think he can fly? You'll always wonder about your kids, but one thing you don't have to wonder about? The goodness of new Wonder Smart White. It's got the fiber of 100% whole wheat, the calcium of 8 ounces of milk, and vitamin D. New Wonder Smart White. Always wonder.
White bread is made from wheat flour, from which the bran and the germ have been removed through the process known as milling. Milling gives white flour a longer shelf life by removing the bran, which contains oil, allowing products made with it, like white bread, the ability to survive storage and transit times. In addition, the flour used in white bread is often bleached using potassium bromate or chlorine dioxide gas to remove any slight yellow color and make its baking properties more predictable. While the milling process helps improve white flour's shelf life, it does remove nutrients like some dietary fiber, iron, B vitamins, and micronutrients. The Miami Herald wrote on June 23, 2011, "Chemically treated produce, highly processed foods, and refined ingredients like white flour and sugar cause sickness and disease, as well as a host of minor ailments such as digestive issues and lack of energy." The Herald Sun wrote on June 24, 2011, the New England Journal of Medicine published research that advised Weight Watchers to cut out sugar-sweetened drinks, potatoes, and refined grain foods such as white bread, white rice, and low-fiber cereals. They urged people to eat more natural foods such as fruit and vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and yogurt, while avoiding anything processed. The Daily News of Analysis wrote on June 20, 2011, "It's important to avoid the consumption of jittery foods such as caffeine and foods high in white flour, such as cookies and white bread, as these strip us of nutrients and fiber that normally keep your blood sugar stable. Substituting the jittery foods with brown rice, whole grain bread, and whole grain pasta will do more gain than expected." On June 19, 1999, the Center for Science in the Public Interest petitioned the Food and Drug Administration to prohibit the use of potassium bromate, which is used to strengthen bread dough. They charged that the Food and Drug Administration has known for years that bromate causes cancers in laboratory animals, but has failed to ban it. Wheat flour is a powder made from the grinding of wheat and is used in a wide variety of foods. For instance, this cake includes 2 cups of flour. According to the Food and Drug Administration's Defect Levels Handbook, the following levels of natural defects are allowed for wheat flour. Insect fragments, average 75 or more per 50 grams. Rodent filth, hair and or feces, average of 1 or more per 50 grams. The 2 cups or 450 grams of flour in the cake amounts to about 375 insect fragments and 5 rodent hairs or feces. These numbers fall within the acceptable levels according to the FDA. According to the Florida Department of Health's website, rodents can cause illness in people and pets through bites and direct contact with urine, droppings, and water contaminated with rodent urine. In addition, rodents can cause disease by contaminating food, drink, and eating utensils with urine or droppings. According to What's on My Food website, the following pesticide residues have been found in wheat flour: The most common pesticide found in flour, 49% of all flour tested, is malathion, believed to be a possible carcinogen, neurotoxin, and hormone disruptor.
Hey! Wow. You don't care what the kids eat, huh?
Excuse me?
That has high fructose corn syrup in it.
And?
Yeah, you know what they say about it?
Like what?
I mean, it's...
That it's made from corn, it's natural, and like sugar, it's fine in moderation?
Love that top. Oh, well, thank you.
Get the facts. You're in for a sweet surprise.
Before the mass production of fructose since 1957, human beings had little dietary exposure to fructose. Fructose was limited to only a few items such as honey, dates, grapes, and apples. A system of sugar tariffs and sugar quotas imposed in 1977 in the United States significantly increased the cost of imported sugar, and U.S. producers sought cheaper sources. High fructose corn syrup, derived from corn, is more economical because the domestic U.S. and Canadian prices of sugar are twice the global price, and the price of corn is kept low through government subsidies paid to growers. High fructose corn syrup became an attractive substitute and is preferred over cane sugar among the vast majority of American food and beverage manufacturers. Soft drink makers such as Coca-Cola and Pepsi use sugar in other nations, but switched to high fructose corn syrup in the U.S. in 1984. Large food manufacturing corporations such as Archer Daniels Midland lobby for the continuation of government corn subsidies. Just go into your refrigerator and look at how many products contain high fructose corn syrup. I think you'll be very surprised.
How are things going for you guys?
How did your crop come out then?
Well, we haven't harvested it yet, so we don't know how much
What the yield is?
and stuff. But it from as far as I can tell, it looks like everybody else's corn. So
Yeah, it's standing up.
it's standing up, and it's kind of yellow and hard. And I think our problem is figuring out what we want to do with it once we harvest it, because we've been out figuring out where it could go, and none of our options seem particularly attractive. And I'm not terribly impressed with.
And you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Should be impressed at the stupidity. We aren't growing quality. We're growing crap. Poorest quality crap the world's ever seen. We're growing it today.
You don't eat the corn that you grow?
No.
On August 2nd, 2010, Reuters reported cancer cells slurp up fructose, U.S. study finds. The article begins, pancreatic tumor cells use fructose to divide and proliferate. U.S. researchers said on Monday in a study that challenges the common wisdom that all sugars are the same. Tumor cells, fed both glucose and fructose, use the two sugars in two different ways, the team at the University of California, Los Angeles found. They said their finding, published in the journal Cancer Research, may help explain other studies that have linked fructose intake with pancreatic cancer, one of the deadliest cancer types. On January 28, 2009, the Washington Post reported, study finds high fructose corn syrup contains mercury. The article reports that almost half of tested samples of commercial high fructose corn syrup contained mercury, which was also found in nearly a third of 55 popular brand name food and beverage products where high fructose corn syrup is the first or second highest labeled ingredient, according to 2 new U.S. studies. The Illinois Environmental Protection Agency has the following to say about mercury exposure on their website. Mercury poses a health risk to everybody, but especially to young children and fetuses because they are still developing. Prolonged low-level exposure may cause learning disabilities by hurting the ability of children to think and read. Adults who have been exposed to high levels of mercury may experience trembling hands and numbness or tingling in their lips, tongues, fingers, and toes. Acute mercury poisoning, especially through ingestion, can damage the brain, liver, kidneys, and even cause death. On January 27, 2009, Natural News reported that the average American consumer may be eating 5 times the upper safety limit of mercury every day due to high fructose corn syrup consumption if they consume the foods tested in the study.
And now let's make that random call with today's $10,000 question. Who shot Alexander Hamilton in that famous duel?
Hello, for $10,000. Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry, your time is up.
Got milk.
In 1973, several thousand pounds of Firemaster BP6, a fire retardant containing the chemical polybrominated biphenyl, or PBB, were accidentally mixed with livestock feed that was distributed to farms in the state of Michigan. About 1.5 million chickens, 30,000 cattle, 5,900 pigs, and 1,470 sheep then consumed this feed and became contaminated with PBBs before the error was discovered. These events were dramatized in the 1981 film Bitter Harvest.
What the hell? Slit their bellies open, you'll find 100% unadulterated AF10.
AF10 killed them?
That's all the research there is on PBB. Now, there are some things in there that we have to... no! Oh, don't drink that milk. If a cow eats this AF stuff, then the PBB's inside them. Now, there's PBB in that. I'll test it, but it's there. And it's in anybody who drank the milk. See, you sold that milk. Now, everybody who drank it.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Walter? Walter?
I got it, Ned.
What?
The sickness. I've been sitting here all morning. I can't remember how to plow.
Now look, see here? I called them bastards way back in July, right here, see? I called them and I asked them right then, was there anything wrong with the feed? And they made all kinds of tests, and they didn't find nothing at all. Nothing, no poison, nothing. What was it?
PBB.
If and when the full force of government is brought to bear, I believe we'll find that a significant percentage of the people in this state have been contaminated by PBB.
That is speculation.
At this point,
That is inflammatory speculation designed to scare.
well, I hope it scares the hell out of somebody here so we can get an immediate quarantine put on these farms.
You'd have us shut down maybe a quarter of the farms in the state on a whim?
Studies indicated that PBB had spread through the food chain. In one test of a sample of Michigan's residents, 97% of those tested had traces of PBB in fat tissue. Laboratory studies have linked PBB with weakened resistance to disease in human beings. On July 27, 1989, the Los Angeles Times reported, FDA allows genetically modified RBGH to endanger milk. FDA ignores evidence on cancer risks. These hormones, known as RBGH, are manufactured by chemical companies such as Monsanto. Apart from economic and veterinary concerns, bovine growth hormone pose grave consumer health risks. that have not been investigated by the industry or FDA.